In this video, I want to discuss holidays and functions and gatherings and all the celebratory events that really do create a lot of stress, especially when you're trying to stay on course with your wellness journey. And so I'm here to tell you and remind you that these times are very few and far between. And if you do find yourself in these predicaments where you do have a lot of events all throughout the year, maybe you are someone who entertains clients for a living and you're constantly at ballrooms, galas, doing all the things, then you really have to become very strategic about your method to this, okay? And you also, first and foremost, need to remember that this is your life and you need to just be honest with how you're living. You need to have absolutely no care in the world about how someone else is going to receive it. And if someone you are taking out, one of your potential clients, is going to be ordering, all the fried foods, and they're getting the bread and they're getting beer and they're getting all the things, and they ask you if you want to have the same, then just say, no, thanks. Like, that sounds amazing. I'm going to stick with what my stomach, feels best with, or, I'm going to stick with these foods. You don't even have to explain. People don't care. And if they do care, then they have other fish to fry because they don't need to be focusing on what you're putting in your mouth for your body. Okay, so I want to start there because I think so many times we're so consumed with how other people are going to receive what we're doing. And we need to forget about all that, okay? Do what you want to do, what you know you need to do, and forget the rest. So when it comes to these celebratory events and gatherings, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be going somewhere and there's going to be a whole spread of high glycemic options that may or may not look amazing, but you're going to be tempted because everything out in front of you, and you're mingling and you're seeing other people doing it. So what do we do when we see someone doing it? We mimic. It's just natural. So if you really want to enjoy yourself, I would say if you know you have a few events lined up that same week, then choose one to just say, I'm going to go all in on this one. And the other two, view it as just, this is a social event and I'm going to eat before I go. And when I get home, maybe I'll eat too. And that way I don't feel like I'm missing out on all the things. You can have 1 or 2 options, but if you know you want to do it up, then do it up for one of the events. Now, if you have just a few sprinkled throughout the month, then each time go about it in this method. You're going to eat very clean leading up to that. If it's typically the event's going to be in the evening. So leading up to it, eat very low carb, very clean, focus on your protein, your healthy fat, your fiber, very minimal carbs. And then you are going to prep your body with fiber and or protein right before you go to the party. You can get a fiber mix and I'll give you that link. This is going to allow you to not spike your blood sugar when you go in there and you want a cocktail, because typically you're going to start off with a cocktail and then you're going to see that cheese platter and those crackers. We're grabbing, some crackers, we're grabbing some finger foods, the nuts that are pralined and full of sugar, and here we go. So start off with fiber. If you don't want to do the fiber supplement, then eat a protein bar right before you go in, and that way you can enjoy yourself. And when you wake up the next morning, don't feel guilty. Do not feel like you need to go to the gym and you need to work extra hard. Just that day, keep it tight on your nutrition. Just hydrate, extra hydration, and just keep it moving, okay? But that would be my suggestion, is just always prep your body with protein and or fiber before you start. Make sure you're spreading it out. Make sure leading up to that time, low carb, clean eating, and be guilt-free the next day. Hop right back on the wagon. No thought about what you did in the past. We'll see you in the next video.